just start with like, hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know, whenever you're watching this.
Yeah, good everything.
Good everything. I'm Desiree Coles.
I'm Avery Shante.
And we both have how many years of experience in fashion?
I don't like. I feel like I'm at like 8. It's like 8 to 10ish.
Like it feels like more. It's definitely more than 10. It's 2025.
Okay, when did we meet each other?
We met in 2018, maybe.
I'll say we actually.
No, 2017. 2017.
Yeah, and then you had already did an internship in like PR or.
I had a contract PR job with Cartier, and then I started interning for stylists, like basically at night, and that's when I met you, interning for specific stylists.
Yeah, so I would say I started in 2017 because that's when I had a legitimate position.
I would say before that for me, because I would even count my years working in retail.
That's valid.
Yeah, like I would count retail. I would count like the fashion classes that I took in high school because I took fashion classes for 3 years.
And you also can cut and sew. So
yeah, I learned fashion history and all that stuff. So yeah, I would give myself maybe 15 years.
Yeah, you definitely. I think that was like maybe fashion merchandising and stuff like that. I did work in retail.
Yeah, I had internships in fashion merchandising. Oh, I forgot about that. I always like blocked that time out of my head because I thought I wanted to be a buyer.
Same.
Because that's what. Yeah. Okay.
So I would say high fashion. I would say since maybe 2017, but ready to wear and just a consumer over 10 years. Lover of fashion.
Things, yeah. I'm with that. I agree. Okay, well, that said, we're going to talk about Met Gala today. All things Met Gala. The theme was super fine, tailoring in black style. Did I say that right?
I believe so. And like dandyism, which is impeccable tailoring. There was a lot going on.
Yes.
But lots of good things though. Some mid things. I wouldn't say very many terrible things.
No, I don't have too many like bad chop. Like no, absolutely no.
I can only have like one at the top of my head. I'm just like, you could have kept that at home.
Miss.
Maybe 2.
Maybe full on miss. I think 3. I have. I have 4 no's.
Okay.
That were like distinct, like it's absolute no. Some were like, okay, whatever. I see where we were going with it. I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah, or like, but I could have seen you wear that any other day, and I feel like Met Gala is the one time to be your most extra self, be super camp because they're celebrities, so yes, they have other events, but you usually have some kind of theme or
like it's your time to be memorable.
Yes. This is the time. Like I think I'll just start with this couple because I didn't hate what they did, but I didn't love what they did. But like Gabrielle Union and
it was just so
Dwayne
expected.
Wade. It's just like they're just like, you know what? I don't want to be talked about. Like just leave me alone. Like I'm just here.
Play it safe.
Like I'm going to be safe. I'm gonna walk on through. You're not gonna put me on a hot or hum because I wasn't even here.
Yeah, it was all as expected. But going back to the theme, also I had some reservations about it because I was like, okay. Like, there was a TikTok of someone basically saying, like, what are the white people gonna do? Like, is this gonna cross lines? But because the focus really was on tailoring, I was like, okay, I don't think it's gonna be any, like, appropriation or anything like that.
I did not want anyone coming through with finger waves.
I did expect
looking
that's on my list of things
Denzel Washington as Malcolm X in a zoot suit. Like, I did not want that, and I'm happy I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I am so happy I did not see it because I was gonna be like, y'all just couldn't wait, could you?
Yeah, so apparently the Met raised more money than ever. So again, I think that just speaks to what you get when you invest in black people and put us at the forefront. I love that Coleman Domingo was the chair. Again, thinking of this theme, he's the first person that came to my mind. So
definitely, he is always dressed impeccably. I would say he didn't even take it up there today like he usually does, but he was probably so tired of stepping on our necks that he was like, let me give somebody else a chance to shine. Since I'm on the chair, I will let y'all have a moment
Yeah. Shout out to Wayman and Micah, his stylist. I actually used to work for them, so I love their work.
They don't miss. They always have several clients, and you wouldn't know because they don't look alike. Like, you wouldn't say, like, oh, they're doing Coleman Domingo and Tessa Thompson.
And Taraji.
Yeah,
and
like,
Jodie Turner-Smith. Yeah.
Yes, like, I feel like it's very telling when your clients don't look like they all are being styled by the same person. And then I don't think anyone is the squeaky wheel not getting enough oil. Like, I think that they're just like looking good.
Something never mind. I have to. It's
NDAs.
But I was just gonna say there is a reason why they don't look like they're styled by the same person.
Assistants. There are assistants.
Yeah. There's a team. There's a team. That's what I'll say.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Let's get into our predictions. What they were before we saw the looks.
Okay.
Suiting, duh. Pinstripes, I expected to see. Women in suits or dresses with suit elements, like ties. Sunday's best, I was hoping to see that. Also ghetto fab was on my list. White people with baby hairs or updos. And Sydney Sweeney did have some little swoops. And Central C with his braids. I feel like, is he white? I don't know if he's white, but
I don't know what people are anymore.
I feel like he's white. But either way, okay.
It's mixed now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
what were your?
I was expecting obviously pinstripes, bold colors, ties, scarves, top hats, or some kind of head wear. What's the little eye covers, gloves. Yeah, more traditional shoes. Maybe even tabbies, just taking it back. Like, you can even go as far as like 1860 style when you think of dapperness and tailoring.
Yeah, it's kind of like it could go anywhere from there all the way to like hip hop culture.
Right.
Yeah. What would you have worn if you, or like what would have been your kind of like vibe? I think my vibe would have been on like the Sunday best. I feel like I would have wanted to dedicate my look to my grandmother and like how she would get dressed every Sunday with her hats and like that. I feel like that's what I would have wanted to touch on, because that's what I think of. I think of like my grandparents, my great aunts and uncles. So I would have wanted to have a tribute to them.
I definitely would have done a suit of some sort, or suit and cape.
I see that for you.
When I eloped, I did a tuxedo dress, so I would feel like that would be expected of me, so I wouldn't want to do that twice for like a big moment in my life. In a top hat, because I don't wear hats often. I want to get into hats more, but I feel like the way I usually wear my hair doesn't lend to that, so I would have to go full out, or like a cape, like a belle do-rag. That's just speaking to me for whatever reason right now. Just tying in just more traditional fashion with a hip hop swag.
Yeah. Kind of like Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, I think she goes a little more mass than I might be comfortable doing. I think because I don't have boobs. So,
she does have the body.
Yeah, she has that body. Like I don't have that body, so I think I would be trying to have like a high waist, show some skin, give some sex appeal, or give deep V, since I do have little boobs, and just tape them down.
Yeah, tape them and push them.
Or just like a Sergio Hudson. He has like some pinstripe jumpsuit suits. I might go that route.
I'm here for that.
Give me a little black designer, just
blackity, off the strength. Like,
yes.
I'm with that. I get that. I will say, speaking of designers, my designer MVP for the night is Tom Brown, through and through. They've been goated for
a long time. Like, they have great tailoring. They don't miss.
Yeah. So
I think they're actually my number one with Mona Patel. Like, wasn't a hair out of place. The makeup was right. That waist was cinched. She was wearing that suit.
That spine thing in the back.
The details in the back. Like, it was very detailed. Who else did they do?
Janelle Monáe. I'm trying to think who else on my list did they do.
mostly do suiting, so it's like, how are you gonna elevate it? And they just did a
They just
great
do it.
job.
They elevate it every time. They do it every time.
Like, they gotta be ready to go shop right now. Like,
Basically.
if you are trying to sell, I'm like, how much are these pants? $1,000? Like, I might, like, the way they look, like, I might can miss my rent to pay for it. I might can do it.
Miss your rent is crazy. I had as a don't care list was just white people for the day, but I'll take that out. I won't say that publicly, but I just really didn't really care about the white people today.
Honestly, I didn't. I mean, actually, I did care a little bit. I did put Gigi on my list because the Miu Miu just really looked good, and the Josephine base or not. It's like, okay, somebody on your team, if not you, is doing research and you're pulling from the right places. And even if you didn't have a reference, I would have thought that was a nice, clean, fitted well look, because sometimes people rely on the reference, and I'm like, your reference
and a reference that people know.
Yeah,
like people might not know.
Yeah, like okay, you put the other picture, you told us what the reference was. Now I'm supposed to like clap. Like, I'm still not clapping. It's still basic. It still looks nice. It's nicely tailored, but it's not Met Gala.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, she did good. Shout out to the Palestinian princess. Have you ever seen her dad's social media? Sorry, that's a sidebar. But yeah, he makes it known that like his daughters are princesses of Palestine. Period. Free Palestine. But okay, best dress predictions. Mine were Janelle Monáe, Coleman Domingo, Tiana Taylor, Rihanna, maybe ASAP, Zendaya, and Solange. I don't think Solange was there though.
I didn't see Solange.
I don't think she was
there.
The
Knowles
today.
Sisters is not playing.
I mean, their mom was on their book tour.
Yes.
And I mean, well, B's on tour and Miss Tina's on tour. They busy right now, I guess. But yeah, I was hoping to see her today for sure, but we did not. So
I had Pharrell, Rihanna, Zendaya, Coleman Domingo, of course, and I had Doechii on there.
Okay. She was an honorable mention,
but she didn't make my top. But I did expect a lot. She's been doing a really good press run, but this look from LB didn't quite hit the mark for me.
Yeah, she's someone who I can completely understand and appreciate what her stylist does for her. Do I always like it? No. Did I love today? No.
It's like, I respect
it.
But
again, it's like I can respect and appreciate it just from a fashion person perspective. I don't even know what else we should call it. Like, just someone with knowledge of fashion and tailoring and like how to build a look, especially as a stylist and for an event like this. I can appreciate it, but I just
I actually had Tessa Thompson too.
Oh yeah,
I knew
Tessa.
Eminem
I
were gonna go up for that.
Yeah, real honestly, just Wayman and Micah's.
I knew Wayman and Micah were going to be good. I guess if we're talking about stylists, I was looking forward to Jason Rambert. Some of his clients have changed, so I wasn't exactly sure who he would be doing, but I've seen the things he's done with Lizzo, and I commend people who often style larger bodies because it's not simple. So you really have to do a good job on the fittings and make sure that you're intentional, make sure that those undergarments are right, just to make them look as good as a sample size person. Because I see a lot of ranting and raving about sample size actors and models, of course. It's like, well, it's kind of easy to make them look good because most clothes are made for their bodies. People are trained to make things for their body, but it really shows the atelier's ability when they make someone who has not your typical proportions look their best.
Yeah, and speaking of, I like what he did with Lizzo today. She's not in my top list, but she did.
Because she's been doing more tailored looks.
She's an honorable mention for me. I liked the look. I liked the nails. I liked was it like a cigarette, I believe? I liked that.
It was a nice, clean look.
Did great.
I also was surprised by Laura Harrier. Like, that was Gap.
Gap? That was Gap.
Oh, okay.
Right? She's on my top 10.
Gap
list.
said,
actually, is it 10?
We can get up in there with y'all. Like, they said,
I have 11. I have a top 11. But yeah, she's on my top 10. Wow, that's Gap. Okay, shout out to Gap
Right?
on the Met. I like that. I like that a lot.
Like I said, we can do it too because there are some brands who are supposed to be luxury that somehow always miss the mark. And I'm like, I don't know if it's the budget. I don't know if you and the
That's a
celebrity and
great
the team
point.
are not in alignment. If was there some rushing? Did y'all have too many people on the line? Like I don't.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
great
know.
point because I feel like a lot of luxury, and again we know because we've touched these clothes, the quality don't be there. But I will say, Gap. Still to this day, I will go shop at Gap because it's gonna be something that'll last. Yeah. As far as like the basics. So
if you want to go there, just hit Banana Republic, hit their sister
exactly,
store. Like you can,
exactly. Those are clothes that are gonna last you. So I could see that, and I honestly would like to see more of that. I would like to see more Gap, red carpet, Met Gala. What?
I mean, if they come in like that,
right?
I mean, come some more.
Let me find out.
I mean, cause y'all
now I'm about to go to Gap
because some people are, walking down with I don't know Coach, and it's like, what was that? I don't know what that was. Yeah,
that's true. But Coach, I will say they're killing it with their ready to wear. With what you see, in the mall when you shop.
Yes, and that whole rebrand has been great.
Red carpet looks. Anyone that it's not.
It's not quite there yet.
We're not
but
there.
Maybe they're getting there slowly but surely.
Maybe.
Okay. You get there.
All right. Okay. So actual faves. Okay. I'll do mine.
Okay.
Jodie Turner-Smith. It's no particular order.
Okay.
Jodie Turner-Smith, Laura Harrier. I don't know if I say her name right. Harrier. I don't know. Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes.
My little Polly Pocket. I love her.
Polly Pocket.
I love her. Janelle Monáe. Damson Idris. And I have to say, I was looking at Check the Tag's Instagram page. Do you follow them?
I do follow them.
Okay, yeah. I was like, so they just posted him in the initial Formula One outfit, and I was just like, okay, I know that he has this Formula One movie coming out, so I'm like, I get the promo, but I'm like, But then I saw a video of the outfit change, and I was like, okay, so that was on.
And I love that color.
The color, everything. He looked great. And especially I love that you were able to, also still promote your movie. So get people talking if they didn't know, because like you said, you didn't know about it.
I didn't.
Now you know.
But I know he fine. So
and that's who. I digress. Let me refocus. like Dr. Umar, but let me refocus. Okay, Tessa Thompson, Lewis Hamilton, Zuri Hall, Mona Patel, and I don't know how to say his name, but he was on. Dang, what is that show called? It was like Sex Education, I think. The black guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he had on a purple look that I really liked because I just love purple. So he actually made my top 10 and 11. I had to add him. So yeah.
Okay, so we obviously have some mutuals. I have Mona Patel, Iman Hammam, Tiana Taylor. Yeah, she had on like a white tailor suit as well. Had cane. It was nice but she had some of the black detailing with that.
Maybe I did see that actually.
I had Gigi, of course. Laura Harrier. Yeah, her. Jodie Turner-Smith. I was very surprised at Burberry popping out like that because Burberry is just not something you're looking for anymore like that. Zuri Hall. I actually like Kerry Washington. I've seen a few people going more muted and nude, but her details for me kind of brought together with the skirt and the jewels on the back, the hat, like of the more simplistic looks. She was my fave. I like Jordan Roth for Laquan Smith. They kind of gave punk rock meets dapper, and I was happy to see some more variety. And Jenny Kim and Chanel, it gave very traditional Chanel, but was modern. And then my honorable mention men, Damson, because I think it's more because he's fine and the way that color was hitting on his skin. And also Bad Bunny, I love that hat. Oh, yeah. I like Bad Bunny. He just Puerto Rican dapper daddy.
Poppy. Yes, I appreciate that. Okay, I was let down a little with Zendaya's look. I was expecting more. I knew she was gonna be in a suit, but I just still expected a little bit more. But it's also one of those things where she
She
can kind of just do what she want to do.
Yeah, I think at this point
she's not trying to. Yeah. She's not necessarily trying to be best dressed anymore.
Yeah, and so maybe
or at least if she is, law, you gotta do something different.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a rest on a reference one or
true. It could have been
a cute one. Like I'm just
here
giving y'all nice hair and I'm here. Like y'all know how I'm coming. I've done it before. I'm trying to give y'all a chance to do it.
And I also thought about the fact that she's engaged too, like the YE.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Because I was seeing a lot. It's like, oh, she did the Diana Ross reference, and Diana Ross is here.
What did you think of Diana Ross's?
I feel like it looks like one of her performance looks I've seen before, and she just put a hat on with it. But also, Auntie was here for the Dapper A's, so she's like, bitch, y'all pull it out of storage.
This is true.
But Diana Ross can do no wrong in my eyes, so
yeah,
just if she wanted to pull out something from her closet, then so be it.
So be it. Yeah, it's just respect for her. That's all. That's all I was able to.
I mean, she paves the way. She's like, bitch, I done been there, done that. Y'all need to do it.
Catch up. Step your cookies up.
For the crumble.
Okay, because they
actually, I was surprised to see Nicki Minaj out.
Okay, wait. Okay, also speaking of the Rosses, I didn't see Evan. I saw him for like a quick second, so I don't know what his look was. What did you think of Tracy's look? She's on. Okay, speaking of, actually, she's in my notes of Whoopi Goldberg, Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, and Tracee Ellis Ross. All of them, I felt like I just saw them in something that I would see them in any day when I'm scrolling on Instagram. So, and for those reasons, I just like, it's just kind of like meh for me. Like, I don't really feel like you're best or worst, but you just showed up.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's typical for her to wear something like that, but I just also just feel like it just didn't do anything for me personally.
It didn't, yeah.
Like,
it wasn't like
I understood it. The tailoring was there, like you were on theme, but it just didn't do much for me. Like I know people like to do, campy things, but if you're going campy, then I'd probably go more Andre 3000 campy as a fave.
Yeah, because I feel like she already is like, a little campy in her just day to day. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not really any different.
Yeah, slipping to no end. Like,
oh yeah, speaking of Andre, I think he was the only person outside of like Damson. Who else really did something campy? Am I not remembering right? I think he's the only one that brought something they weren't like
memorable, like
that too. Yeah, might have.
Because I feel like Andre is someone that is just very beloved. So when he does pop out and be social, it gets the attention. Yeah. And there just wasn't any other moment like that I can recall, unless I'm recalling wrong.
Yeah, he had a trash bag and everything.
Yeah, like
you brought that to
traditional
me.
music.
You brought that to me. Like, okay, I'm like, what is that a trash bag?
I mean, because just think of like Sinners. Like, I feel like just with that coming out recently, I also was very happy to see that Ruth Carter, which is my favorite costume designer, was working with Tiana Taylor, because so much of dandyism in film is curated by her and her eye and her history. And she did recently do Sinners, which I think perfectly exemplifies that. And I actually was a little excited to see Michael B. Jordan after seeing the movie. I was like, oh, he could have this one up.
I was thinking that he might have been there. I don't know.
He tired?
He might be.
He could have popped out.
Taking a nap. He's been on a press run.
He could have asked for one of his costumes and came
press run. All these damn premieres. I did see someone else's prediction was that he was gonna come as Smoking Stack. That would have been a moment.
It would have been.
That would have really been.
He already done did his PR commitment.
He already was Smoking Stack on a red carpet though. One of the premieres, I believe. I did see a picture of him on the red carpet and like as both of them or some sort. So okay, before we get back to more random thoughts, do you have no's? I have 4 just like absolute no's. Chomps.
Mary J. Blige was a no. Halle Berry, I don't even understand how we got to this place. Like
I feel like I saw just a bad picture of. I'm in my heart. I'm like, there's no way.
Better pictures of it. They weren't available.
Picture of Halle Berry. Like, please tell me that was a bad picture. No. Okay.
There weren't better pictures available.
Okay.
I also didn't. I love Simone Biles, but
Oh, no. Simone Biles is on my no.
We gotta keep it on the.
It's a no.
And the gym is leotard, cause that.
And the other Hallie's on my nose too. Again,
coach.
Love you, but
hated it.
Hated it. Yeah, Simone, Hallie, Savannah James.
Unfortunately,
it was a no
sadly.
for me. It was the panels of that corset part. Like, we needed to do a different color. I think it actually would have been fine. It just needed to be
in black or
not even necessarily black. I feel like it could have been another shade of the color of the dress. Like, you know what I mean?
You think it should have been like more skin tone or?
No, I don't think it should have been skin tone.
Just
I think it should have just been like, just another shade to either complement or contrast. No, I don't think contrast, because that color did contrast and that wasn't well. So yeah, I think that color needed just like another complementary color. I wish we would have swatched some more options for the corset part of the dress. And then Taraji also is a no for me. I think that's the only Wayman and Micah client that is a no for me. And with her look, it's more so the hair. I think she needed like a different hairstyle, and it would have maybe a bust down middle part or even not even a part, maybe like no part and just like back.
Yeah, like I think
you know what I mean, like a no
where,
part.
Like, you don't really need inches
slick,
at all. Like, this is not a scenario where you need inches at this Met Gala, because.
Wait, you're saying no? I'm saying I think Taraji did need.
You think she needed inches? Like,
I think that she did for her look. I think that would have looked better. Or maybe just like no color in her hair, because it felt like her hair was matching like that was, I don't know, the hair threw me off. And I'm not knocking short hair, obviously. Like, I'm a pixie girl. Well, I'm growing it out, but like, I'm not against I love a pixie cut. I think that's one of the things that you bad if you can rock a pixie cut. But yeah, I would have liked longer hair, I think. Okay. Or maybe even if I would have liked long hair. Even if it was like a pony, like, I just would have liked something else.
Yeah, I think this is a scenario where like any hair over this, like, it really needs to be coming with it, because like. That's
what I'm saying, it would go to the back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I said like not even necessarily a part, but like going to the back or a pony or even if it was like a little. now I'm thinking of Nene Leakes. Your bob was flipped over. But yeah, like something like that, I think. And speaking of a flip over, I think Angel Reese looked pretty good.
I'm happy to see her.
I don't know who dressed her, but I was glad that she was there. I like that she listened to Law's advice and has started to put some clothes on, because I think she looks good.
Definitely, and she has all those legs, all that body. So like, things look good on her.
Yeah, and I think more people, like to what you were saying about sample size, I think more people who are not necessarily the sample size, whether it is because you're like curvier or taller, whatever it is, I think that you should play to the proportions of your body.
And like, for me, it's gonna be very rare that you're gonna see me in a sweetheart top, because I don't have boobs. It's like, it's not gonna stay upright. Like,
it's knowing your body
sucks me in, so I'm more likely to be in a halter. Just, even though I do like strapless things, but it
can be done.
Yeah, but requires me tailoring and other things that I'm just always not prepared to do.
Facts. Speaking of tailoring, hated Chris Rock, or not Chris Rock. Chris Rock looked like he was not. It looked like his suit wasn't tailored. I don't know what that was about.
It was like the 2000s.
I don't know.
It was just bad.
Color wise, I really liked Lupita. I liked what Lauryn Hill had on, and Andrew Scott. Just as far as like,
I would like to see more color in general.
Yeah, like that was like the Sunday best color scheme that I, in my mind, was like thinking of, like, that I wanted to see. And then, did we ever figure out who those two guys were that were in the like pink and green ish?
No.
Well, I'm gonna find it and put them up here with their names.
Because they looked good.
They looked good.
And they complement each other. Like, they looked like fly besties.
Hunter Schafer looked like my uncles. And that just like tickled me a little bit. So that feels like it's on the theme. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Chappelle Rowan, I'm like, I don't know what's going on with this fit. Like, it's a lot.
Isn't it Chapel Roan?
Is it Chapel? My bad.
I thought it was Chapel. I don't know.
I'm sure you're right.
I don't know.
I'm probably wrong because I barely know who it is. I just knew I didn't like it.
Yeah. Future cut his hair. I'm glad he finally let that dead weight go. But I wish he still should have. I would like to see a fade. Like, just cut the
hair
just
and
go clean.
actually
And
pop
you can
out
still,
if you're gonna pop out. Like,
right.
get dressed. Like, stop playing.
He was in Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, so.
But
he looked like he was in there ready.
I feel like even keeping the blonde hair, I wouldn't be mad at, but I would have liked you to just shave your head, bro. Mm-hmm. And I want you to also, because so many of these young N-words worship you, you know, set the tone. Let's go back to the taper, the fade. You know,
yes. Caesar with the deep waves.
You don't even gotta have the waves.
We can't even comment on your look. It really gave nothing. But let's just get to this hair, because him and my wife look like twins right now, and I'm like,
crying. Don't do her. But yeah, I wish he would have really went there if we're gonna cut the hair. But I am glad that's the first step. That was the first step.
Yeah, what he came in, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Yes. Yes. What else? Lisa. My girl Lisa. I was introduced to her on the most recent season of White Lotus, but turns out she's like extremely famous.
Turns out
she's like one of the most famous people in Thailand, and they had to like take extra precautions when filming because of how famous she is. So I had no idea that she's like a whole pop star. But yeah, she gave the ghetto fab that I was like expecting somebody to do. So that also tickled me a bit. Also the other person from White Lotus, I liked what he had on. I don't know his name. I'm gonna put the picture in his name. But I liked what he had on.
She love White Lotus and don't know none of these people's names.
I don't. I couldn't tell you anyone's name except for Natasha. Okay. Other honorable mentions. Keith Powers. I liked his look. I liked Brian Tyree Henry's look. I liked Zoe Saldana's look. Not gonna give her too much.
Can't give her too much at all. So let's just.
I also liked Spike Lee with his like Knicks hat. I thought that was cute. Very much his style.
And New York is very dandy.
Yeah.
Like, I think you cannot think of dandyism without thinking of New York.
New York, yeah.
Are the two? No, these aren't.
Stevie Wonder, also
and
another
Stevie
one.
Wonder been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
He always does it, and apparently he can't see, but I don't know if I can believe it. Because how you always fly, but you can't see. How do you know what you like, what you wearing? Like, how do they know what you know?
No, if I have to send you probably like my Twitter DMs that me and my friend have had for literally like a decade. Because
why he be looking at the
all we
take
do text, DM. Every time it's like a suspicious video, like Stevie Wonder in taking a selfie with somebody and he's leaning in. I'm like, I don't know. He might be able to see.
I don't know. Also, I think that we are just not locked in the way people who have different abilities are. Because I see a lot of blonde people DTLA.
Okay, now that's...
No, I'm about to say 2 of them walking around doing all kinds of things. They they see you coming. Like, I think they just have a heightened sense of awareness.
True. Okay, fine. That's what my mom said. She also was like, well, also... some people can still see like shapes or like, you know, I mean, even just thinking of like how me with bad eyesight, like if I take my glasses off.
Yeah, you have blind. Talk about Stevie Wonder.
So it's like if I can't see. So, okay, I'm gonna stop talking about him. What were my other honorable mentions? Oh, that was the last of my honorable mentions. I think I just saw somebody's look that I liked. Nicole S, formerly from the Pussycat Dolls. I liked her look. I wanted to mention her.
Oh, and then you also wanted to say that
I like what Chance the Rapper has on too.
Was he Louis Vuitton or Versace?
Versace.
Okay.
He was with Donatella. I liked his outfit. I liked the like gems or opals or whatever it was or turquoise incorporated in Shabuzi's look, but I didn't really like the look overall.
No.
And I liked Caleb, our boy
from Stranger Things.
I just wish the gloves were a different color.
He's actually one of my dream clients. I would like that.
I could see that. He would be
starting with younger people, because if y'all work out, then y'all can grow together and help them evolve and cultivate them into little icons.
Speak it into existence.
And so it shall be.
Yes. What did you think of Kate Trinata's look?
I thought it was cool that he was with Alexander McQueen. There's some details there that I appreciate. However, just kind of missed the mark to me. It just kind of looked not clean.
Yeah. As for the theme to be tailoring, it just felt like a little unfinished.
Yeah,
like this wasn't the time. This
for.
wasn't the day to have like a raw edge on it.
No, that's what I'm saying. The raw edge just made me feel like y'all rushed.
This was not the day for that.
Like y'all needed to go ahead and run it through the machine if y'all didn't have time to hand do it.
Okay, and when we have our
and then we have our where were they? So there's some people that we feel like really could have ate this theme up. We already mentioned Solange because we're always looking for Solange,
Michael B. Jordan.
Baby, where you at? I also was
we
looking
mentioned
for
a few people already.
Sid from the internet. I feel like she would have really looked good, especially with her previous modeling for some luxury brands.
Yeah.
And sometimes she, gives you a little sexy, so you just really don't know where she would have went with it. Obviously, Janet Jackson, because she does this. Her and her brothers
been doing it.
A lot of mood boards that were on till this day.
Probably for tonight.
Not sure how she's doing, if she's not doing well. Sending her healing vibes, but I would have loved to see Celine Dion.
Yes.
She can eat up a suit. And I'm kind of interested in what Victoria Monet would have done. I've seen that she was working with Colin, and Colin has did some great things with Cardi in the past for Met Gala. So I'd like to see what he would do with one of the new girls.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anyone else we were looking for, because some of them we know why they weren't there. I think you said you were looking for Kendrick. Then you were like, oh, he got a show today.
Yeah. I would have liked to see him. I like how him playing in clothes, especially being a little man.
I knew you were gonna say you love them little douche.
What does that mean?
You just do it. That's okay.
Who? Okay, that's an offline conversation. Like, who's so little?
Shirt kings.
I don't really. Okay, I don't know where we're going with that.
Nowhere. I'm just saying that. Like, I feel like sometimes, like styling wise, like all bodies.
I also like
some love.
Ego. I don't know how to say her name, but I liked her like the buttons on her suit and like the details of her nails. I'm just saying I liked her. She's someone I forgot to mention that I liked her look. I liked the hair. I liked the nails. I liked the buttons. I think that was
overall. I think it was really good. It wasn't too much cultural appropriating. Sometimes people just sat in the back and put their black and white on. Some people looked like they were just going to a business meeting or to church, and you know what? That's okay. You can go there.
That's fine.
Because I'm not mad at you for having a professional meeting or sitting in a pew in the back.
You meant business tonight, and that's fair.
Yes.
You weren't trying to make a statement. So
yes, you just sat there and ate your food. You didn't do the wrong thing. You wanted to let the blacks
have their things. Yes. Thank you. Let's more of this. Yes. More of this. And I think especially with the way that I don't know, brands were called out in recent years, and then we saw this change in real time, like even with Dapper Dan, like getting his due. I think that started in like probably around 2019. Yes, because I remember that was the Met Gala that I worked with when I was working with Wayman and Micah. Mm-hmm. I believe that was 2019, and we were questioning like, should we work with Gucci? But at that time, they were starting to build the relationship with Dapper Dan. So I'm liking the progression from there, because y'all really play. Yes. And one thing I cannot finish this video without mentioning is our king, Andre Leon Talley. Mm-hmm. I wish that he could have seen this, because he also got played with for decades and did not get what he really deserved while he was here in the land of the living. If you read his book or watched the documentary, you know what I'm talking about, like including Miss Vogue herself. Like, a lot of people just did him so wrong. So I think this would have been really beautiful night for him to have been a part of. Definitely. And long overdue. Y'all should have did that.
Definitely. I think being black in fashion is always an awkward position, because you're not seeing models that look like you. You're not seeing designers. You're not seeing the creative directors, the stylists
on set.
Like, literally nobody. And then once you get there, or you get your little foot in, like maybe you're a PA, maybe you're an intern, and then you are experiencing the same oppression from people that actually look like you, because they want to maintain their position in this space. Yep. So unfortunately, what he experienced was not an anomaly. It's actually pretty common. Yep. But hey, we know his name and his legacy lives on. We're gonna keep saying his name. Yep. And paying it forward. And hopefully one day it's not rare for us to be in those positions. Right.
Let's keep this up, and let's not just do it with the people on the carpet. Let's do it with the people that are planning the event, the people that are building these looks, the people that are designing, the people that are sewing. Like, let's be all everywhere. The money that's being invested, let's invest it into the Black creatives. Let's invest in young Black creatives. Let's lift up the next generation so that we're not saying the same stylist name in the next 5 years. Like, let's make room for more.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Issa Rae often says she's rooting for everybody Black, but that's really kind of how her life is. Like, I don't know if she's still working with Jason Rember, but that's who she was working with. And, she makes Black businesses. See her on the carpet. I know, I was thinking about that. I was wondering what she's doing. Yeah. But, yeah, like, make it a thing, because if we don't propel each other forward, it's gonna be hard for other people to do. They're like, well, shit, y'all don't work with each other, so what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, we gotta say each other's names in these rooms. Yeah, so that's what I would leave this with. Like, let's just keep this up, because it is just proven in pretty much every industry that when you invest in Black people, you receive a crazy return on that investment.
When you do your DEI,
DEI,
you gonna get your ROI.
DEI is good business.
Yes.
Like, through period. So, yes. And again, I just want to say, Andre Leon Talley, once again, like, we miss you. We wish you were here
to receive your flowers on this side.
You're just due. So yeah, with that, I think that wraps it up for us today.
That's a wrap.
This was great. More of